Good Sunday morning, everybody. Good Sunday morning. Welcome to Sunday with Spirit. For those joining for the first time, this is not a political pull, it's a spiritual pull. Every Sunday we all get together and we dance and sing and jump up and down on this thing we call the web of creation. I like to think of us all as creators. And we are, coming from source. Some of us have pulled away from that notion, but we still create, paint, sing, dance. It's all a creation. So as we do that on the web of creation, we raise our vibration to a little higher level. And for those people who have been joining for a long time, you may notice it's a different location. I am up at North Lake. In this lake, you may be able to see some of the people paddle boarding and kayaking. It's a non-motorized lake, and I went, yay, how cool is that? And then I see, there's some people who have a motorized boat. Some have electric motors and others have internal combustion motors. And when I thought that, I went, it's ICE, internal combustion engine. And I go, okay, Danny, not politics. But there's always something that is going to upset or get in the way of our sunny mood. And I think it's time just to push that aside, especially on Sundays. So as I've been traveling, I've been looking at a lot of different cultures that have, their living quarters. And as these people moved, they left their structures, cliff dwellings, pueblos. And when I stand on those, what I believe are sacred places, and I think about where we are in our place, and it should be our sacred place. And I think we have lost our way so much in that, especially as I travel and I look at this beautiful country, and then if I just look down at something and I see some garbage, I go, oh, really? Look where we are. It's so beautiful, and here is a Bud Light can that's been there forever. And this is not a commercial for Bud Light, or a piece of plastic, which I always try to pick up. And so today I want to look at, before I get too into this, the title of this is Space, Time, and the Divine, and how things change all the time. I'm going to read a little passage from this book where I got the title of this video. It says, as with any living culture, changes took place in reaction to different natural, i.e. volcanic, earthquakes, and social environments. Say that again. Changes took place in reaction to different natural and social environments. And over the millennia, populations flourished creatively wherever the environment allowed. And I thought that last thing, populations flourished creatively wherever the environment allowed. And as we are dancing and singing on this web of creation, we're being creative in our dancing, in our singing, in our laughing, in our joy, wherever the environment allowed. And sometimes we choke that environment and we think of outside forces. We let other people the outside noise affect our insides. And one of the things that I used to train people on was don't let other people's outsides affect your insides. And I thought that was such a powerful statement. And here it's coming back again. So I've got 3 sets of cards. I'm going to pull the camera down. I've got 3 sets of cards. The Galactic Heritage cards, the Starseed Oracle, and the Lakota Sweat Lodge. And that is space, time, and the divine. And not in that particular order. So if you have some cards and you want to play along, if you have a special deck you want to play along, certainly do that. When we talk about space, when we talk about time, when we talk about the divine, nothing is linear in any of those categories. Nothing has a timeline either in any of those categories, probably especially time. Because I'm sure there are things that we think are happening, and yet they're not. We think they're happening because, why? Maybe some outside forces told us this is happening. It's not really. Then again, there are some things that do happen, and we go, oh my gosh, I can't believe that just happened. Crap, that happened. And then we think, well, maybe it didn't, but it sure feels like it did. Okay, I'm going to hit pause. I'm going to drop the camera down to the table. Let's see if this works. All right. I think this is how it's going to be. All right. So, space, time, and the divine. I'm going to spread it out in the 4 directions. Unfinished business, 59. Spiritual technology, Vega. Living in the now, Black Leak patterning. So if you think of this as the 4 directions, you can pick your direction however you want to pick it. That to me is north, east, south, west. But with all of these, they interact with each other. So the north, the spiritual side of things, says we have unfinished business. There's things that we're working on. Space, time, and the divine. We are in the middle of something. We're here for unfinished business. If we're in this space, we've come back down for this unfinished business. Spiritual technology, crystals, talking stick, sage, spiritual technology. We can use all of these to tap into the divine. However, it's important to realize how divine we are. A lot of times we put the divine in other things, in other deities. In reality, we are part of that divine. We are part of that spiritual technology. Living in the now. Cetacean, dolphin. I did bring a little dolphin with me. Maybe I'll go get... No, I won't. I can't. I'll show it to you in another video. Living in the now, the dolphin. You play with this. You play with this energy. We don't get bogged down in what's going to happen in the future, because this is space, time, divine. This is in the now. Live in the now, not in the future, not in the past. In the Black League patterning, this is strength. This is on my healing west side. And the Black League patterning is more about strength and healing. This is about like being the Jedi Knight, strong. Okay, using the Starseed Oracle, we have the Golden Children, inner child. We have deep cellular healing, Physical and emotional healing. You would think that would be over in the West with healing. You have longing for home. Haraeth? I can't pronounce that. Homesick for the stars. Living in the now. Living in that dolphin energy. Being homesick to get back to that, what is it? For this dolphin, that Lyran energy. And then we have portals. Doors are opening. You decide. Rewards and wild card. Being the Jedi Knight, the portals are opening. So with this unfinished business in the inner child, we forget about our inner child. We forget about the play of living in the now. Deep cellular healing, the Arcturus energy, physical and emotional healing, using our spiritual technology to tap into that. Is it herbal medicine? Is it trance medicine? Is it meditation medicine? Is it the cetacean dolphin laughing, playing medicine? There's so much medicine in the sound of laughter. Children laughing. Longing for home. Homesickness to the stars. How many of us feel like we don't belong here? What happened? Time shift. We went from a certain planet, and maybe it was the Orion or the Arcturian stars planet. Got a car coming. I may have to pause. Okay, well, you'll have to forgive it because we're going to have car doors opening. Doors are opening. Portal. It feels like with these two cards, it's that we need to have that Jedi Knight awareness and determination and honesty and compassion to open these portal doors. We get to decide what doors we want to open. Now to the Lakota deck. We have sacred herbs. Thank you. We have intellect. Next to spiritual technology and healing. Interesting. We have prayer ties, living in the now. And we have the red north. In the north, this is my north. The north is White Buffalo Calf Woman. It's the sacred. It's the place of reverence in this portal energy. So it feels like some of these should be shifted a little bit. The sacred herbs going maybe to spiritual technology. Maybe it just shifts all around a little bit. I'm not really, and however we want to work this spread, because there is no linear aspect to it, we can move these around. And I think that this, to me, it resonates a little bit more. The unfinished business, the inner child, tapping into that spiritual sacredness of the sacred pipe. And that smoke in that sacred pipe allows us to see that every living thing is breathing the same air. And as we go into spiritual technology with deep cellular healing, sometimes we'll use sacred herbs for that spiritual technology. That's in the east, new beginning, sun rising, a new day. An intellect in the south. It has all of the power animals that's associated with it. He's holding his sacred pipe, being aware of everything. I saw this, I went to Walnut Canyon in Arizona, and here's this community of cliff dwellers, and they were on both sides of this canyon, and the writings from the Park Service said that this community, even though they were very separate, they had their own way of communicating across the canyon to each other. And they did that frequently. And they had ceremonies, and to me, it was a little bit of a revelation on how we can be living in the community with its pluses and minuses, with its internal combustion engines and the human power. I think Mother Earth is going to take care of itself. We're just a time blip. And moving on, because I don't know how I'm going to upload this. We have prayer ties in the West. Stay strong. Do that Jedi Knight strength with our prayers. Sometimes we go, they're not working. Yeah, they are vibrating on this web of creation. And we talk about Mother Earth, and we talk about Father Sky, and how they're all interconnected. Open the portal. You decide. We're here for unfinished business. We're here to help raise the vibration. Use the spiritual technology. Use your brains. Play like a child. And keep going. Will you grow up? That was the intellect of some of the parents, the parental units that I have. Would you just grow up? They were using the wrong intellect. They need to use the intellect of living in the now, the cetacean dolphin. We get homesick for the stars. All right, you guys. All right. Thank you. Thank you for